I think that one was definitely like heavier than the first one. Oh my gosh, what the hell, man? You ain't getting me to go into the little backwater area. I'm saying that for no holiday. Like, I will, you put me where some people are. You know, there's still people, that terrible people. You put me where some people are, not with no local folklore. Like, the minute I heard that story, I'd be like, no, get me out of here. Sorry, there might be some people who still remember. It might be linked to him. Take me out and take me home. Take me out and take me home. Yeah, sorry, I just needed to just bring a bit of levity with that, because that last scene was probably one of the most powerful for me, because you got to think, after everything, after all those atrocities, and if you know me by now, you know that I am a massive mama's boy. So imagine the person that you love the most, that you respect the most in all the world, like this meek, mild, broken person, like after everything that she's been through, finding out that she's some next level crazy dominatrix that loves to sadistically maim, injure and off people. And not only did she do that, but they recorded it on old school Bergerac. So my mum was Columbo, so imagine recording it on old school Columbo videos, yeah, in all of its entirety, for it all to be seen, and left there while she's dangling from the ceiling in the mask with a message saying, "For your film, Mum." That is one of the most messed up, like, I can't even, I don't even, and I can't even put into words how that would, like. And then so you've got that level of catastrophic, complete world-shattering trauma, like, utterly. And then you've got all these people that are working around it in order how they can like commodify your trauma into something that's got a hook, that's gonna sell. And what I find really ironic, which is why this is why I love Black Mirror, and why I love Netflix for making the show, or at least for Charlie Brooker for making the show, and Netflix doing it, because this realistically is very much poking an ironic finger at them, 100%. You gotta imagine how many of these types of like murder documentaries, true crime, all these things that are on Netflix currently. There's so many of them, and like it all kind of boils down to how enthralling like that it can be made for an audience to watch. You got to think how many times there's like anything that's catastrophically bad, like that's really bad. Like perfect example is the Jeffrey Dahmer documentary, which I still haven't watched, but I know how many people have spoken about the whole Jeffrey Dahmer thing, and from what I understand, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I think there's he killed gay people or something, or I mean it's got to be pretty bad. I mean, because everybody's been talking about it, or was at least. So I don't know the ins and outs, but I know that it must have been bad because everyone was talking about it. Like imagine the actual victims of those people. And then everyone's talking about, have you seen it? Have you seen it? Have you seen it? Oh my god, it's so terrible. Because the hook is, I guess he was killing gay people or whatever. But whatever the hook is, like there are people at the back end of that. So the ones that have shared their story, like the ones that have, you know, quite possibly made money from that, because I imagine they would have some share of whatever profits were made from telling of that tale and whatever else. Like that is so hollow. In comparison, imagine he lost his girlfriend, he's lost his mum, he's lost the memory of both his mum and his dad, like any kind of sanity that he might have over the next few years, if not forever, is pretty much lost. But he's got his shiny BAFTA and he's got a lovely suit on the red carpet, and you know, and it's all right because they're already in talks about who can play Pia. They're already in talks about who can play Pia in front of him, like, and it's just, you know, her giving her very much endearing, you know, like I'm so, you know, I just want to thank everyone for making it, but we've got to have a special thank you for, and you're just like, man, this is ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous, and it's just it's just really interesting, yeah, that they've made a show like, they made an episode like that, because that's their platform. I'm not saying that's how callous they are, but imagine the conversations that happen in terms of what they're going to put on, how they're going to put it on, and who that affects, who it impacts, and what they're actually bothered about. Like, I mean, I'm not even been able to get to the actual meat of what this Ian Adair did. I mean, the fact that, like, the minute that I knew as soon as they cut to the dad, the drunken dad, I knew that there was something, and I thought he was involved. I thought it was him. I thought maybe he's really Ian Adair or whatever. But I started to get a little bit of something when obviously she was dolloping in the shepherd's pie, and I'm like, well, there's a lot of focus on the mom here. But even then, I still wasn't like, oh, I thought my thing was, oh, maybe what she did was she found Ian Adair, and she minced him up, right, or something. I was like, the mince that you're eating, that's not meat that we would eat. This is like a human mince meat, and that's Ian Adair in the meat or something. I don't know, but I didn't expect for the husband and the dad. So then I'm struggling to understand. So realistically, then he put himself in the hospital because he shot himself, then caught MRSA. So when she's saying, oh, it was Ian's fault, that stupid man, was she talking about her husband and saying he's a stupid man and he took her away from, or was she still talking about Ian Adair? Because then I'm like, well, why did they decide to, or did they do that because he was becoming a little bit of a liability? So they thought, let's take him out, let's get rid of him, because he was something like a chatty patty. And they couldn't be having that now because people couldn't know the secret. But that was quite shocking, because even when they were like, oh, he got rid of his mum and his dad and then himself, I didn't even question that. You see how wearing a badge, like, and being a boys in blue can get people a pass, which is what I would probably see in a lot of the things that we're seeing in, I'm not saying all, because of course it's not all, but you know, in the UK at least anyway, there's I don't know whether the distrust has ever been this high. Like, it's so big because there's so much protection that comes from wearing that. I didn't even question it. Like, nah, he's a boy in blue. Of course not. Wow, terrible. Absolutely terrible. One absolutely tragic time. And poor Pia, because ultimately, did they even find her? Like, did they know that the mum didn't actually do anything to Pia? Like, and then Pia, like, pretty much, or did they just never recover her? So that's interesting. But no, I thought that was again a really compelling tale. Because at first I kind of thought, oh, it's just like a standard murder mystery, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, okay, oh, Switch Rooney didn't know it's going to be her. But then how they played that in terms of how, because it didn't just end with Pierre finding out about the mum. How they kind of like made that then happen in terms of how they then continue to produce the story, and then what that meant for him and what it meant for everyone else. I just thought it was really, really, I wouldn't say clever, interesting. Just, yeah, I thought it was a really good episode. Listen, I'm 2 for 2 now, and I am pretty impressed by both of them. I think both of them have been pretty head fucking like, and I'm like, well, okay. So I would love to know what everyone else thought about this. I don't know how I'm going to edit this for YouTube because there's a lot of this I can't put in there. I'm going to have to put like an extra like adult rating or something, but no, again, brilliant work there, Netflix. Great depiction on Streamberry. But yeah, love to know what your thoughts were. If you did enjoy this as a tale, not as like a sadistic person, but as a tale of a story, I'd love to know what your thoughts were, which parts you liked. Just tell me what you thought of it. But yeah, if you did enjoy this, then do drop me a like and subscribe. That would be a like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. And I do have a Patreon as well if you want to head over there and share any kind of love with me. That'd be fantastic. Thank you very much. So Yeah, for now, thank you. I can't get this. This is gonna be in my head for a few days, man. Like, what a weird. I can't even imagine this. Like, I would struggle to put one foot in front of the other. I'm telling you that now. Like, you've cooked for me. You've hugged me. Like, oh. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.